Hello and welcome back to Anderzbaz FM, and on today's episode we are back in the time machine once again as we head to the late 90s and Newcastle United as we look to beat the league. Welcome back to episode 2 of Beat the League, and as you can see from the table, we are doing quite well so far. 8 games played, 6 victories, 1 draw, 1 defeat. We're sitting nice and pretty in third place, just 6 points behind Man United and a point behind Arsenal. As we said before, Liverpool, Chelsea, Leeds all up there as well. They are the 6 that I expect to feature by season's end. But how have we got here? What has happened since the last episode? If you remember, we had league victories against Bradford and Chelsea. And since then, we've done well in the Champions League. We've progressed to the group stages. So we had a 3-1 victory over Besiktas in the home leg, 2-2 in the away leg a few weeks later. And in between, we did another good performance in the league. Got a 2-1 victory over Watford. It was a late winner in the end from Kevin Gallagher after Gifton Noel-Williams got the equaliser just after the hour mark. We had done enough to come out of the game 2-1 victors. But then the next league game of the season, we travelled to Highfield Road against Coventry, and what a game this was. 7-3 in the end. Danielson got a hat-trick, Solano got 2, Howie was even on the goal scoring sheet here, and as was Dyer. Coventry on the other hand had got 2 in. It was 6-2 at half time, a Gary McAllister penalty. And they got another goal in the second half after we'd got our 7th. It was a bit of a chaotic game, but Danielson was the difference maker. He was goals. He's got 2 goals within inside 15 minutes. We were 3-0 up inside 15 minutes. And soon, we got to 5 before Coventry got 1 back. And as I say, utter chaos of a game. But yeah, another victory on the board. And then after the international break, we hosted Derby, and it was a bit of a quieter game this time around, but Danielson on the score sheet once again, 2-0 victory, and that was 5 wins from 5. We then had the first group game in the Champions League, which was a bit of a disappointing 1-1 draw away at Hertha Berlin, but Champions League is not where we are focusing. The other teams in our group are Lyon and Parma. As you can see later on, we have already defeated Lyon at home. Then the next league game was a big game against Liverpool at Anfield. Now this was a game I was expecting to be full of goals, and especially when Redknapp got the first goal after 17 minutes, I thought we were going for a bit of a thriller once again, but that was to be all of the scoring, and that was our first defeat of the season. But we followed that up a week later as we hosted Aston Villa and put in 4 goals. Solano, Dyer got 2, and Ferguson got the final goal. And as you can see, Shearer not on the score sheet again. He has only got 1 league goal so far. He scored plenty in Europe, but just the single league goal. And it reminds me a bit about how we were going into Euro 96, for those who can remember, and the famous quote that form is temporary and class is permanent. Shearer will get the goals once again in the league. I have no doubts, particularly as he keeps putting them in the Champions League. Got another 2 away at home against Lyon. We went down 2-0, then Shearer got 2, Danielson got 1, and we came out 3-2 victors. But once again in the league, anyone but Shearer is scoring. Duncan Ferguson got 2 in this game away at Southampton, but we also got 2 men sent off and went down to a late equaliser from Mark Hughes. Matt Le Tissier on the score sheet once again for Southampton, and that leaves the league table looking like this. As we've mentioned, 6 points behind Man United at the top, but they are not where we are focusing. We are currently 9 points clear of 11th place Wimbledon, who we face today. And here is the starting 11 for that game at home against Wimbledon. It is as you would probably expect from the first episode, aside from that change up front as Ferguson is suspended. Marcelino is also suspended, so we've got a back four of Pistone, Dabizas, Howie and Charvet in front of Gibbon in goal. Midfield of Danielson, Speed, Dyer and Solano, with Gallagher joining Shearer up top. And if we just have a look at Alan Shearer and his stats so far this season. In the Champions League, 9 goals from 5 starts, but in the Premiership, just the single goal from 8 starts. He's still got an average rating above 7, so it's not like he hasn't been playing well. It's just the goals have only been in Europe. That will change, I'm confident. But so far, it's a little bit of a worry. On the other hand, Danielson has been doing the exact opposite. Just a single goal in the Champions League, but in the Premiership, 7 from 7, and an average rating of 7.94. He's been a fantastic signing, and we knew he would, but he's really making the difference. And without him, would we be sitting third in the table right now? Who knows? But that is the build-up. Let's get into the action as we face home at St James's Park in the next game of the FA Carling Premiership. So here we are, it's kick-off at St James's Park. And look at the Wimbledon side. Names that immediately jump out to me are Sullivan in net, Robbie Earl and Hartson up front. It's not quite the same crazy mid-90s where you'd probably be more familiar with a lot more names, but there are still some players in this side who you will remember. And Charvet has got it on this right-hand side, and obviously Charvet is in the side at the moment because Didier Domi is on international duty. So Pistone has moved from right back to left back, bringing Charvet into the side. And we are 10 minutes gone. We've just had the one highlight so far, but we are currently the better side. Many more chances, a lot more possession, but as yet not threatening too much. And we've jumped forward a little bit here now, 32 minutes. The next highlight is starting from a Wimbledon goal kick. And they are trying to build from defence, but we are pressing a little bit too much for their liking. It's gone all the way back to Sullivan in goal. He's tried to find anyone, but he's only found Danielson, who's breaking down the left-hand side. Shearer's in the box. Shearer has headed home. Just as I said, form is temporary, class is permanent. Alan Shearer with the header, arm above his head, into the corner, celebrating with the fans. And the Army are 1-0 to the good. Danielson broke down the left-hand side, lovely ball into the box. Shearer peeled away from the defenders and headed it home. There was nothing anybody could do. And that is 1-0, and so far so good. It's been a bit of a quiet game. We've seen that quite a lot so far this season. It's either been very quiet or just complete madness. Like that Coventry game was just bizarre. I didn't know what I was seeing. It was chaos. But at half-time now, Newcastle 1-0 up. Alan Shearer on the goal scoring sheet. And we head into the second half with the advantage. And we have a highlight early in the second half. On this near side, Gallagher back to Pistone, who puts the ball into the box. Can't find Shearer, and Wimbledon are on the break. Anderson has got it. Hart's pulled back, but Anderson has been let through. Been let through by the defence and unleashed a cracking shot, but it's gone just wide. And that could have been a very poor start to the second half. Let's encourage the team. See if we can get a bit more sure-footed into this second half. 52 minutes gone. I have managed to frustrate the whole side, which is exactly what I wanted, clearly. But we have a highlight on the near side. Gary Speed puts the ball into the box, finds the head of Shearer, who just to get the ball cleared off the line. I don't know whether that was a save, post, or a combination of the two, but that could very nearly have been Shearer's second of the day. And we've got another highlight here with Wimbledon clearing it forward, only as far as Howie, who sends it back to Gibbon. And we're going to calmly build from the back. Dabizas and Howie ball to each other. Find Dyer, who finds Danielson, who's just going to unleash some pace and put the ball very near to the goal. It's gone just wide. Sullivan was not particularly worried. And we've gone 66 minutes now. 67, in fact. We're going to make a few changes. for the last 20 minutes of the game and see if we can get another goal and make this one beyond all doubt. So changes are being made. Alan Goma coming into the centre of defence in place of Darizas. Silvio Maric, who has been quite impressive when he's played in midfield, has come on to replace Gary Speed. And whilst Danielson has moved up front to replace Gallagher, as Stefan Glass comes on to the left-hand side of midfield. Let's see if this can unlock Wimbledon defence and give us our second goal of the day. Now with Danielson and Shearer up front, I would be very, very scared if I was a Wimbledon. But let's see how things go. They have a throw-in. Gone straight to Danielson, who finds the head of Shearer. And how he didn't score, I will never know. It's just a whisper over the bar. But Solano with the free kick whips it in. Very nearly finds that bottom corner. The goalkeeper was rooted on the opposite side of the goal. We've had a couple of good chances late on in this half. 10 minutes to go. And maybe this is another one as the throw-in comes in. Shearer has it at his feet. Can't quite find Dyer. Clearance is pretty dire in itself. As Goma has it now. Finds Maric, who quickly gets it out to Glass. Who finds Pistone on the overlap. He'll put the ball into the... No, he won't. He'll... on the wing. Now he's put the ball into the box. Danielson can't quite get his head onto it. And I thought very much then that the referee was a Newcastle player. That is a bit of a kick clash. But Dyer can't find Danielson with a ball over the top. And we're going to throw everything at the wall, see what sticks. Maric has it again. Finds Solano. Can't. It's headed clear to Dyer, and we're back on attack again. It's just attack after attack after attack. It's relentless, but we can't quite find another breakthrough. And that header has gone just wide of the post, and that's the end of the highlight. We must have had 5 or 6 chances in the highlight alone, but inside the final 10 minutes now. I don't want to say it, but it's looking like a 1-0 victory is going to be the end result. 1 minute to go, 3 minutes of added time, and that is hopefully it. A late Wimbledon free kick, and it's just tipped over the bar by Shea. That was very nearly a commentator's curse, and the ball's put back in the box again. And it's tipped over again. Given is saving my skin so far. The allotted time is up, and that header is well wide, and hopefully that will be the final whistle. It is. Phew. I didn't want to say it was going to be a 1-0 victory, but then I said it anyway, and 2 fantastic late saves from Given have kept us in the game and given the 3 points. We have a quick look at the league table. We have gone second, but Arsenal have a game in hand. They obviously haven't played today. They will play tomorrow. But then in the next league game, we are heading to Highbury for what will be a fantastic battle over the 2 sides that are battling for second place. United. Join us again in a second. Okay then, so in that short time since the Wimbledon victory, we played our next Champions League game against Parma, and as you can see, we lost the game 2-1. So beforehand I made a few changes to the starting 11, as you can see it over there. Quite a few different names on the pitch to begin the game. I made those changes in an effort to make sure we were all ready and fit for the Arsenal fixture, which is going to be really key in the league. But unfortunately, we picked a couple of injuries and ended up losing 2-1 to a Dino Baggio winner. So Danielson and Kieran both picked up injuries, and despite the injury there, Danielson looking like just a knock, he is going to miss some time. So we have a look. Kieran Dyer is out with a twisted ankle, and he's going to miss at least probably 3 before he's back to full fitness, which is really a blow to the side, as he's been performing really well this season. And it goes without saying that losing Danielson for another week or maybe 2 is going to be really putting a dent into our chances, particularly in the Arsenal game and beyond. But the Arsenal game is now today. They've got their own injury concerns. Carnu and Adams both looking a little bit doubtful. But if we have a quick look at their side, a lot of these names should be familiar to everyone. We've got Bergkamp up front, Ljungberg, Overmars, Pires, Vieira, Petit, Parla, Keown, David Seaman in goal, a lot of the squad is going to be part of the squad that will eventually become the Invincibles in a few seasons' time. So this is sort of the transition between the 98 title winning side and that Invincible side, and will obviously prove to be a really tough position today. So if we get to the tactics, let's have a quick look at the 11 we are going to put out. Obviously some changes have been enforced, particularly in midfield, but hopefully we have got enough to at least give Arsenal a run for their money away at Highbury. So we'll have Given in goal, Pistone, Dabizas, Howie and Barton on 4, Glass, Speed, Maric and Solano in midfield, with Ferguson returning up front alongside Shearer. Let's go to Highbury and pick up 3 points as we look to mount our challenge for the FA Carling Premiership. Okay then, so the match has kicked off, and this is going to be one that will really tell us how well we are going to fare in the league this season. A win here today against an Arsenal side who last time out lost against relegation threatened Sheffield Wednesday, who picked up their first victory of the season at Hillsborough. So Arsenal have had a little bit of a slip up recently, which keeps us in second place. But a win today will really cement our chances at Champions League football once again. But a defeat won't put us out of it all the way. We are still going to be at very least third place. But we'll see how things get on. And so far, it's been a very, very quiet first half. No highlights. Quite a few chances, but a couple on target for us, as the chances are still coming in. But we get to half-time very shortly, and I've not clicked a button. I've not seen a highlight. There's been a couple of yellow cards, but that is 45 minutes gone. Far, a dull encounter. Let's half is a little bit better. So I can't really say I am disappointed. We've kept things tight. We've not conceded a goal. We're holding an Arsenal side that are undoubtedly better than us and should be winning. And in all honesty, looking at the stats, obviously no highlights have come on yet. Apart from now, we look like the better side. But Arsenal throw-in on the near side. Petit into Ljungberg. Back to Petit. And Freddie Ljungberg here. And Petit's ball into the box to Bergkamp. But it looks like he may have strayed offside. The flag, it's going to VAR, because obviously VAR was definitely 20 years ago, but he is well offside. Look at that. There, he should not have gone to VAR. The linesman should have flagged up. But it's been disallowed, it's been chalked off, and we've got our first highlight of the game. An hour on, and we are starting out by passing it through the defence all the way back to Given. And hopefully we're not going to slip up and put Arsenal through. Still passing it around, a little bit nervous that Given's given it a big foot forward, and Ferguson has got it, but he's not very good with the ball at his feet. He's more of a target to lump the ball to, and Ljungberg is breaking very fast into the box, shoots, they're free in the penalty box, but Ljungberg went for the glory, and thankfully it's been scrambled away for a corner, but Overmars put it in, and Speed and then Maric cleared, and the highlight is over. So far, it's a bit tense whenever Arsenal have been getting forward, but 66 minutes gone, and now it's time for a few substitutions and hopefully a slightly better end to the match. Here we go then, these are the 3 changes. Not particularly inspiring, but Gallagher has come on for Duncan Ferguson up front. We're going to switch Shearer and Gallagher around, with Shearer now being the target man. Changes in midfield with Speed coming out onto the left as we've run out of options out there. Glass has come off, as has Maric, and both Lee and Dumar have come into the centre of midfield. Let's see how the last 20 minutes are going to play out here at Highbury. And so far it's been a bit of a tight affair. There's very little in the way of highlights. So we're going to demand more as we get a throw-in on the far side here. Hopefully we can work at least an opportunity. Shearer has it on the wing. We want him in the middle. Dumar has got it. I think this is his first start, and he's shot straight at Seaman there, who holds onto it and clears the ball forward, but only as far as Pistone. Dixon and Keown at the back find Bergkamp, and Arsenal are passing it really well. Vieira with a searching ball for Overmars through the defence. Can he find anyone in the middle? No, he can't. Hit the woodworks, cleared, and then the shot from on the edge of the box, has just hit the bar and gone out for a goal kick. 10 minutes to go, and we've got another highlight here. Things are finally starting to heat up. The action is coming thick and fast in this second half, and it's going all the way back here. This is not good. And Henry is breaking. He's obviously come on. He shoots from this near, but it's gone over, not troubling the goalkeeper in the end. But yeah, Thierry Henry has come on in this second half, and that was his first action on the ball. But 5 minutes to go. So far, still 0-0. Arsenal throwing on the far side. And Vieira sends it inside Kia onto Hughes, who searches out Mars once again on this near side. And he's worked past the defence. And the header from Ljungberg goes over the bar. And that will hopefully be the last chance we see from Arsenal to go. In fact, with that in mind, I am happy to take the point. We'll go very defensive. We'll waste all of the time. And hopefully that will be all that is written. Apart from hopefully his free kick speed. Put the ball in the box. And he finds Steve Howie at the back post. And Newcastle are going to steal it. A beautiful header at the back post. Free kick. Delivered by Gary Speed. He was left unmarked. Everyone was following Shearer. And there we go. Steve Howie has got his second goal of the season. And he's stayed onside. Just double checking that. That's good. He's onside. And heads home. 90th minute. We've got 3 minutes added on. And we are past the halfway of those. 2 minutes of added time gone. Nearly 3. And there is a highlight with 7 seconds left. Jay Given is going to take his time. He's not in any rush to kick this. He's given a big ball forward. And Vieira has intercepted and the defence is napping. Arsenal are advancing. Arsenal have equalised. And you... oh dear. So, a lax ball in the midfield after a clearance from Given. Just Harry Speed heads it down. Tries to head it down to Dumar. And Vieira just runs through. Defence opens up for him. And he smashes it home. That's the equaliser. And no, there's more. There's more. The highlight from the kickoff. Can we really, really pinch this and get another goal? So Solano finds Gallagher, who cuts around his defender, but the shot is blocked by Upson, and it's gone out for a corner kick. And we are deep into time now. We're still wasting time, even though we could really do with getting this ball into the box. Gary Speed is over the corner. And he's going to eventually put it into the box. And hopefully he'll find the head of Steve Howie again and we'll run away with another 3 points. Your screen hasn't frozen. Gary Speed is still waiting to take the corner. He's going to get himself booked at this rate, but he hasn't. He's took it and it's gathered by Seaman. And that has surely got to be enough. We are 5 minutes into 3 added. And there we go, full time. I will take the point. I was going to take the point before we stole a goal in the 90th minute. But given Vieira's strike after added time should have been over, I'll take the point. That is a 1 at Highbury in the early kickoff. Leaves us second. Liverpool have also played their 10 games. We're going to get through to the end of the weekend and see what the table looks like once all teams in the division have played 10 games. And then we'll have a look at what the next episode has in store. So there we go then. 10 games gone in the league so far. And we are sitting second. 5 points behind Manchester United, but more importantly, 10 points ahead of target of 11th place, which is currently held by Wimbledon. A point against Arsenal away from home, without Dyer, without Danielson, was a really good result, and one that will hopefully carry on our form for the rest of the season. You can see Derby are flying high in 4th, ahead of Liverpool, with Chelsea and Leeds just outside the top 5. Down at the bottom, Sheffield Wednesday, Villa and Leicester, who incidentally are our next game at St James's Park in 5 days' time, are down in the relegation for doing well in 12th. And as the aforementioned Wimbledon are all doing pretty well in 11th place. So speaking of the table, let's have a quick look at what's coming up and where we are going to come back for our next episode. And immediately I am drawn to this fixture against Manchester United in early December, the midweek fixture is on TV, quickly followed up by the Tyne Wear derby against Sunderland. I think that will be where we come back to. Just in November, we'll have another 4 league games under our belt, and then a top of the table clash against Manchester United at Old Trafford. I think that will make for a good episode with the dessert of the Tyne Wear derby at St James's Park. So that will be it for today. I hope you've enjoyed episode number 2 of Beat the League, and join us again next time for that clash with Manchester United and Sunderland. I've been Anderzbaz, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.